Hello guys, welcome to the for loop. So today I'm going to solve this problem, merge two sorted lists, and I'm going to show you three approaches to solve this problem. So let us look at the approach. So first approach is the recursion approach. Now, so let us try to understand the code. So if L1 does not exist, we return L2, and if L2 does not exist, we return L1 for obvious reasons. Because there are two lists, and if one list does not exist at all, then we are going to return L2, the other pointer, right? So this is very obvious, but this kind of becomes the base case for our recursion. Now let us look at the recursion stack using this simple example. So we have this merge to list. I'm going to use M for that. And now, so the first thing that goes inside our recursion stack will be L1 is pointing to 1, L2 is pointing to 1. So we'll have like 1 comma 1, right? Then the next thing that will go is nothing but, okay, so yeah, so as soon as we have 1 comma 1, we'll have merge L1 dot next comma L2. So we'll have 2 comma 1, right? So we'll have 2 comma 1, and then we are going to have, let's say, 2 comma 1. So 2 is smaller than 1, sorry, 2 is greater than 1, so we'll go inside this, right? And then we'll have L1 comma L2 dot next. So L1 will remain L1, which is like 2 comma L2 dot next, which is like 3, right? So 2 comma 3, right? Then we'll have, so like 2 comma 3, right? Then we are going to have like 2 is smaller than 3, so it will go inside this loop, and then we are going to call recursively L1 dot next is nothing but null comma 3. So M of null comma 3. So finally we'll hit the base case here. So M of null comma 3 is nothing but, so what is the base case? If L1 does not exist, return L2. If L2 does not exist, return L1. So if L1 does not exist, here we'll return 3. So here we are gonna return 3, right? So 3 is returned, right? Now, now 3 is returned from, and where will it be stored? So M of 2 comma 3 means 2 is smaller than equal to 3, which means your temp will be L1, right? Temp dot next is nothing but this guy which we have just returned, which is 3. So 3 will point to something like 2. So 3 is gonna point to 2 here because 2 was the previous L1, right? We have L1 and temp as L1 and L1 dot next. So 2 is going to point to 3. So this is done. Now this will return this guys, right? Then we are gonna make this out of the recursion stack. Then we are gonna have 2 and 1. So 2 comma 1 means 2 is smaller than 1. Sorry, 2 is greater than 1, which means it will go inside this loop, which means that we are going to connect it to 1 from the right side, which is right part, right? So 1 is going to connect to this guy, and this is out of our recursion stack. And now we have the only element in recursion stack, which is 1 comma 1, and 1 is smaller than equal to 1, so that will be the left one, and so this will be the left one, and left one pointing to 1, and that's it, it's done. So I hope you understand how the recursion stack unfolds itself and how this is done. So we have the answer now, right? So now let us look at the other approach, which is the iterative approach. But here we are going to create a new node, right? A new linked list. So I've already set up an example. So like before, if L1 does not, L2 does not exist, and only, sorry, L2 exists and L1 does not exist, we'll return L2 for obvious reasons. If L2 does not exist and L1 exists, we'll return L1 for obvious reasons, and both does not exist, then we'll return null. This is very intuitive. Now let's say we have to solve this question, right? So we have, let's say L1 is here and we have L2 is here, right? So we are going to first, what we are going to do is create a new list node and name a pointer head, right? So we create a new list node and we put head into that, right? Done. So head is done for now, right? Then we have current pointer which is pointing to head, so our current pointer will point to head, right? Very good. So now until L1 is null or and L2 is null, right? So we have the and case here because either of two will become null, right? And when it becomes null, it will stop, the while loop will not continue. So let us try to solve this one. So 1 is smaller than 4, right? So 1 is smaller than 4. So which means we'll go inside this. So current dot valve is equal to L1 dot valve. So this will become 1, right? Then L1 should be equal to L1 dot next. So our L1 will point to this node. Then we have current dot next should be equal to new list node. So current dot next is nothing but new list node, and current should be current dot next. So current will point to this guy. That's all, right? Simple. And then we'll continue this process. Now let's say 2 is smaller than 4. Once again it will go inside this. Then we have current dot valve should be equal to L1 dot valve, right? So we have 2. Then we have what you call L1 should be L1 dot next. So L1 will point here, right? Then we have current equal to current dot next, and current will point here, right? And okay, current dot next is new node, and then current equal to current dot next. So now, so what's happening here, what will happen eventually is that either of them will become null. So L1 is going to be null now, right? So L1 is going to be null. And what will be the state of our new linked list? It will be something like 1, 2 and 3, and then there will be a new node, right? And current will point to that new node basically, right? So now what we do is, if L1 is not equal to null, but L1 is null in our case, so it will skip this one, it will go here. If L2 is not equal to null, because L2 will remain here, right? If while L2 is not null, we have current dot val should be L2 dot val. So we just put this val in L2, right? Then we have current dot next is new node. Then we have current equal to current dot next. So current will point here. That's all. And we have L2 equal to L2 dot next. So we have L2 equal to L2 dot next. So L2 will move until L2 becomes null. Until while L2 is equal to null. So this is fairly understood, but there is a one problem here. So after we fill the entire array, right? 1, 2, 3, let's say 4, 5, 6 in our case, I guess, is it the same? Yeah. So after we fill this entire thing, right, we'll still have a current which is pointing here. We'll still have a current which is pointing to the end node. So what we do here is nothing but we take up some arbitrary pointer pointing to head. Then until the pointer next dot next is not null, which is nothing but we'll let that pointer come until this stage, and then we'll say pointer dot next will be null. So because we have a current, so we'll just, instead of pointing here, we'll just point this guy to null. That's all, and then we'll return the head, and we are done, guys. And now the most important solution, which is in place iterative. Here we are not going to create any new linked list, and let's see how to do it. So this is, I think I've already explained for obvious reasons, right? Now this is a very important solution. Now let us look at how this is done. Oh, I've deliberately used this as an example just to show you, so this is L1 and this is L2. Now we have L1 dot val is smaller than equal to L2. So we have 1 is smaller than 5, right? And firstly, what we do is we just take our arbitrary head pointer pointed to null. And as soon as we find someone which is smaller than equal to, so it's either this loop or this loop. As soon as we find someone which is smaller than equal to, we give that person the head. We give that guy the head. And then we just forget about it, because the condition is head is equal to null. Now head will be something, so head will no longer be null, right? So we are done, okay, with the head. So head, in the first iteration we'll have head, and after that we'll never have head, because that's all done. Now let us look at this code, and why is it necessary to write this code? What is this code all about? So let's say we have 1, 2 and 4, and let's say we have 5. So what is the easiest way to connect these? We'll just take the pointer here and connect it here. That's all, we are done. So we need to make L1 reach until this point, right? So how are we going to write that condition? So let us look at this. While L1 dot next is not null, okay, so L1 dot next exists, and L1 dot next dot val is smaller than equal to L2 dot val. So which means 4 is, until 4 is smaller than equal to 5, and obviously L1 dot next does not exist, we do L1 equal to L1 dot next, right? So we bring this L1 guy until this pointer. Then what we do is we do a very simple trick. So because we need to connect this guy to this guy, so first of all we're gonna save L1 dot temp as L1 dot next. So L1 dot next here is null, but in some cases it won't be null. So we are going to save this in some temporary pointer for now, right? Then what we do is L1 dot next should be equal to L2. Then we cut this connection and we point this to L2, right? Then we do L1 should be equal to temp. So the temp which we point to temporary pointer, we make L1 point to temp, right? But there will be a case where we don't have null as temp. So let's say the case will look something like, let's say 4, 5, then let's say 6. Yeah, so in this case we'll have L1 here. Now what we do is temp will be this guy pointing to 6. Then L1 dot next will be like cut off from here and will point to 5. But we need to store, but we have temp, right? Then we can just make L1 should be equal to temp. So that L1 points to temp now. And then in the next iteration, what is going to happen is we are going to have this as null, similar case. And then temporary will point to null. And then we'll have 5 pointing to 6. L2 dot next pointing to this guy. And L2 will be null in that case, right? In the next iteration, I'm saying. So I think this is fairly understood now. You can obviously, when you look through the code, you will understand it in a more deeper manner, right? So thank you so much, guys. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. And thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.